when you accidentally speedrun a game without meaning to. So I sped ran and maxed out achievements on almost 3 accounts. For context, my college has a big esports community and like an esports arena on campus, which is just a fancy way of saying it's a shitty room with like 30 or 40 computers in it. And on those computers, there's this game on like the PCs called Horizon Chase Turbo. And now I barely go to the esports arena because it's either full or someone's there who I really dislike and I just want them to like disappear so I ignore them as much as possible. And a while I was having this really shitty week and I just didn't want to go and play games since I have this like massive 3-hour block between classes. So I just kind of walked into the arena and picked a random game, and over the course of this week I put 10 or 12 hours into this game, and I ended up getting super trophies on all the tracks in all the countries for the single player World Tour section, and I just kept doing that for this whole week, and on like Thursday or Friday someone just walked up and asked me what I was playing because he hadn't seen that game before. And I started just kind of explaining the game and how to play it because I was trying to be nice. And while we were doing this, the guy pointed out how he had been seeing me there a lot that week. And I thought this was going to end up as like a creepy interaction, but he's just like, you must really like this game. And this is kind of just how that conversation went. So he's like, you're here a lot this week. Yeah, I'm just trying to... Yeah, I just need to get, like, some shit off my mind. So, is this the only game you play here? I used to play Valorant back in September here, but honestly, this is all I played this week. I don't doubt it. That account looks like you've, like, maxed everything out. And when he said this, something clicked in my brain. Because I hadn't gave a shit about any of like how I was doing. So I started looking at it and going over and seeing that I was like pretty much halfway through unlocking all the cars and the locations of tracks on this account. So it's like any other person would do. I signed in the other accounts that I used and just kept going from the next to the next. Now this is kind of a good point to re-explain the account thing. So there are 30 or 40 PCs in the arena. So you have 30 or 40 different accounts to sign into the game with for each game. And they have more accounts than PCs because they rent out the arena sometimes, and you know, they had issues with the little kids. So I kind of keep track of the accounts I use on each, like just on each computer. So many of the accounts for Chase Horizon Turbo were actually completely unused because no one really plays the game besides the little children who come in and rent out the arena. So most of the accounts were like completely unused, and I had only used account like 3, 13, and 23 because I like the number 3. And it kind of began to dawn on me that I had completed the world tours on 2 of the accounts and was working on the 3rd. And I had like a vaguely good speedrun time, I think, which is kind of insane because who speedruns Horizon Chase Turbo? I've literally never heard of the game before. And Googling it, I didn't find many speedrunners for the game, which is also wild. So that's kind of how I accidentally speedran multiple accounts of Chase Horizon Turbo and ultimately probably became the best and one of the only Horizon Chase Turbo speedrunners.